Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel where I tell you what trades I'm taking and what Bitcoin is going to do next. Okay, so in the last video, we were speaking about the levels of support, and I actually wanted to see lower get hit. That being said, as I've been exclaiming throughout this entire last few weeks, I've been in spot positions since here, and I also scooped up more at these lows here too. Now, I'm not saying we don't go a bit lower, but as of right now, we are just consolidating in this range here. You can see that highlighted just with this volume profile. We're coming in right at the value high, and the value low is sitting around 90,000. Okay, so we bounced off the backdrop of the volume weighted average nodes that were forming together. And I'm highlighting this specifically because this is a very large level of support because there was a deep convergence between them. So you saw here all these different pivots from pivot here to here, all converging into those one centralized situation. And yeah, we found that bounce and then we've since ranged. Now, I wouldn't say this is much bigger of a range. It's a 2.7% range. So that's what we're currently looking at. So in terms of what new levels have risen up since we've been looking at all this, we can say that we have a daily level here at $93,000. We've got a weekly down there. In terms of value gaps, nothing as important. And what we can see here is the trend line from the top to the bottom. We broke out, we tested it, we fell beneath it, and we're teetering on that line right now. So I would say we're just trapped between the upper bands in the daily and the low side here. So I would like to see these levels get hit, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have to do that. And it's really just what the chart does when you get to the levels. And I'm going to highlight what levels to look at for a short and a long. And basically how I trade is when we get there, I base my trade off that. Now, spot positions are a bit different. Basically, when you reach key supports, you just end up accumulating, which is what I do. But in terms of perpetual trade, it's slightly different. Okay. So yeah, we can delete that because that was a very key level we were looking at. So that's not really relevant right now. So support, I would still say this is my level of support on the more macro outlook. If we do hit that for a buy opportunity, if it doesn't happen, I'm going to highlight what levels we can look at. And then, yeah, we have local resistances coming in at these few regions here. So to emphasize, I would say, let's have a look at this levels of how significant these are. Okay. So right off the bat, let's put an anchored VWAP and just see where volume is residing. So we have broken out of the downward VWAP, and you can currently see we're just trading above it here like that. So it might be a little support for us to push up again. And then to the downside, we can see that we have, so we're also in this band too. So this is going to be a level that converges, which might be a level of support that we can definitely be looking at. That would also coincide quite nicely with, we have a value high. Yeah, so it would coincide nicely with the value high, but I wouldn't be taking that trade. So that's around $91,000. So the only trades I'm looking at going forward, guys, and I want to say this to protect you guys, because at the end of the day, this is your capital, it's the capital you're risking. So if you haven't entered a long yet, my only level to be looking for enter a long would be down in this box here. If you're not in a long, I wouldn't bother taking a long. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice, but if you were in spot positions like myself, telling you in the moment to buy at these levels, then stay in those positions. I think it's very good to be here. Even if we dip back down here again, I'll be buying more. But if you're not in a position currently, I wouldn't get in one right now. So we know support is coming in if we were to get here at around $87,000, okay? In terms of resistances is what we're looking at. Really, I'm not even interested in that daily. I'm more interested in this one up here. So locally, I'm interested in 95 because that's a volume weighted average, so it's a volume node and it's a sweep of the highs. So that would look something like this if we were to do it. A rejection back down, or there's a very, very, very nice level at $87,000. So if we put on this VWAP, we can see that is coinciding very nicely with this one here. So around this level here, because that's going to coincide very nicely. So at $97,000, and then 98, 97, 95, and then support side, you'd be looking at $88,000. Okay. So that's really all I'm looking at. I don't want to get too in depth today other than that. So if you want to highlight these levels, go for it. As I said, if you haven't entered a long, don't enter a long unless we go down here. If you're in spot, hold the position. If you are looking for a short or a head short, first one's at 95 and your next significant one's $97,000. Other than that, that's all I'm looking at. Okay, I'm trying to keep it very simple. So I hope that makes sense. I don't want to overcomplicate it for everyone. I want to keep it very simple so we understand. It's because the levels of confluence are speaking to me at here and here and here. Other than that, it's a risky trade. It's a gamble. You can see if you're taking trades here, trying to gamble this range, you're getting chopped out. Specifically, you can see up here, Up, down, up, down, up, down. Maybe we go down again, up. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. You don't know right now. The probabilities would probably say that you'd probably be heading down for a bit, considering, let's just put this range. We can see, yeah, you might be heading down for a bit. We took out that high. Either way, it's not like a good trade to be taking. It's not my thing, right? I'm waiting for, happy to capture profit in spot, and I'm happy to just wait for the levels to get hit. So that's what I'm looking at. And if you are a degen trader, let's just have a look for you guys. For the degens out there in the world. Really what's standing out to me is we had a sweep of these highs. And then if we zoom in on that, we've got, yeah, there's a high chance we take out this little liquidity band here, come down here, but I wouldn't even be betting on it. But if I was to trade right now, I'd probably wait for a bounce, then I'd do a short going from there. But I'm not trading the 1 minute chart. That's not my thing. Okay. I hope that's clear. I hope I've exclaimed very clearly what to expect. Just again, so you can see this. Here it is. And yeah, anyway, for now, guys, catch you later. Not much is happening with price. So it's pretty boring. But other than that, stay safe out there. Use the links down below. I'll catch you guys in the next update.